Hey people, welcome to another video, and yes, again talking about Star Citizen Journey to 4.0. Before I go on, I'm not a hater. If I didn't like the video game, I wouldn't even talk about it, so just keep that in mind. I think it's definitely worth your 45 bucks. In fact, I have my own referral link there below. Use it if you're thinking about playing Star Citizen. It's definitely worth a play or two. 45 bucks, 50. Not more than that. Don't fall for the excellent, outstanding marketing that they have, because you will be ripped off your money, and before you know it, you'll be buying one of these things, a carrot for $1,000. You know, do whatever you want. If you want to spend 10,000 bucks on ships, be my guest, but I wouldn't recommend it. At the same time, there's things that have to be talked about. There is criticism, valid. Now, we have this problem, not just in video games or Star Citizen, but society in general. We cannot talk like adults anymore. Everything has to be black or white. Everything has to be about being a fanboy or a hater. There's no grown-ass men talking, level-headed, seeing the pros and cons, being honest about the things that you like and the things that you don't like. I like Star Citizen. I think it's something different. It is basically a demo of a game at this point. Not much more than that. You have one system, 4 planets, a bunch of moons. Give it 3, 4, 5 months. There's not going to be a whole lot for you to do once you go through, the mining, the combat, and the very little exploring that you have. But is it worth it? Absolutely. It's fun. Now, we have to be honest about what the company is really about. 3.18 was supposed to have been released yesterday. Of course, they even broke their own promise. Within 24 hours, it has to be a new low. Then they said it's going to be releasing early this morning, which is already gone, and that's not happening. And what I mean by this is, it is a business. It is not personal. You have to look after your wallet. You have to look after your own best interest. Trust me, the people behind the company are looking after theirs, which is making a ton of money out of something that will probably never ever be released. The idea is you have a business model by which you keep on selling ships from a game that is never actually released. This allows you to keep on changing things, keep on offering never-ending new ships, and wiping that game for everyone and start over, unless, yes, indeed, you buy it with real money, which is something that many people eventually end up going for. This is more of the same. Journey to 4.0, the engineering game loop. The engineering game loop of running around a ship, using a fire extinguisher and components, adjusting and tweaking those so as to have maximum efficiency, being literally, this is what they said, being like Han Solo fixing the Falcon Millennium and Chewbacca handing you over a wrench. That's what they play with. That's the marketing trick. The idea of forming a fantasy in your own mind for those of us that always dream with a game like this, and selling you something that will probably never ever happen. What would be the point of any of this? Where are you exploring? Why would you why would you fix a toilet in a game that has 4 planets that you already know of? There's nowhere else for you to go. So they sell these things, and I think that the best explanation of this is about here.
The entire process that we had to went through was daunting, to say the least, because we are touching so many bases with so many teams. So it's a lot of meetings, a lot of discussions, a lot of different opinions of what the engineer should be. And now we have it written down, we have it nailed down, we know what we want, we have defined goals, what the gameplay actually should be about, and everyone agrees on it. So.
In other words, they have nothing. There's really nothing at all. Do you see what they do? They do this all the time. You had 16 minutes of your time dedicated to something that was only written about. They literally wrote about what they're doing. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. And if there's ever any of this at all, it's gonna be a drop in a bucket. It's gonna be, using a fire extinguisher, if that, maybe 2 years from now. At this rate, they can't even keep up with the dates that they fix in that same day. Imagine doing anything else. They've written down what this guy would like to have in a video game, and that's basically it. The weirdest Harry Potter fanboy had an idea, and they wrote it down. They made a couple clips like they do all the time, and you'll see nothing, because there's no point in any of this at this stage whatsoever. At this stage or any other stage, if you look at refueling, who even refuels a ship in Star Citizen? Why would you? You'd be an idiot to waste your time just doing that. And the same goes for this. Folks, be real, keep it honest, and look after your own interest, which is enjoying the game for what it is. What it is what you have right now. And what you have right now is not even 318. That's even more promises. And who knows when that will ever release. But don't fall for the marketing tricks which they excel at. See you on our next video, guys. Take care.